My name's Day Sensei Neil from the Woodworking Forums. I'm here casting up a slab of basically black resin, and I'm going to put in it some fluoro red, fluoro yellow and fluoro green, although the red's supposed to be an orange, but it does look... I've already added the 2% catalyst to it. I did warm the resin originally. It's still quite runny, but it is just starting to thicken, which is good. Basically the black resin is using carbon black Pearlex powder, whereas the fluoro resins are made using the micro Pearlex resin powder, should I say, combined with the fluoro dyes. And basically I just add as much Pearlex powder as it takes to cover the stick itself, and then you know you've got enough Pearlex, and then adding the fluoro dyes to where you like the colour, basically. What I've done is this mould takes 300 ml of resin, and so I've got 25 ml of the various fluoro resins, because I don't want a complete lot of dyes through it. I just want streaks of the yellow, green and orange. What we're waiting for now is just for the colours starting to thicken, so I just keep watching all colours, because different colours go off at different rates, and what we don't want to do is for it to actually gel completely. We just want it to be prior to gelling. The mould is from Fred Wyson off the IAP site in America. You can make your own here in Australia. Many suppliers around the place sell the silicon, but it's a lot more expensive than America, and I find it's just easier to order it off from Fred. He makes a good product, and it does the job for me. Although every now and then I do make my own silicon moulds. So we just... the yellow is still very runny. Yeah, likewise the red, and likewise the green, and the black. So we just got to keep waiting. I decided to use the black Pearlex rather than the black pigment, because you still get a little variation in colour in the black, in the Pearlex. And you can't see it on the film, but I certainly can see it looking down on it. We'll see how we go. I'm going to use this highly technical apparatus to mix it. A local stick from the gum tree above me. And that is starting to thicken slightly. I did warm the resin before I started, just using hot water, but making sure, of course, none of the water mixed in with the resin, because resin and water just don't mix. There's no bubbles as such, so I'm just mixing slowly. You can see that's really starting to thicken now, so it's not going to be long now. The black will tend to go off faster anyway. So I'll take the stick out of that. And then now it's just a matter of waiting for the various colours to thicken up. It's getting pretty saucy. The green certainly is. It's not far now. Just let it go a little bit longer. The yellow is still very runny. It's going to take a while. The red's starting to thicken now too. I think the green. And the idea of thickening it up is then the colours don't match. If you leave it while they're very, very runny, then what happens is it just blends together and you get one colour. You don't want it to gel too much, because and you don't want them too different in viscosity, because otherwise the various colours sink, and we don't want that either. The black's still fairly runny, so I'll give it a bit more longer. It's all going to happen pretty quickly as soon as it does start. Add it all. Keep it going. Another 5 minutes, if that. And yellow is still quite runny though. Seems to be a lump in there, but it's more a case of I reuse my cups. It's probably got a lump of yellow from yesterday. That's just, you can see that really thick there now. So I'm going to start. And I'll start with the green because that seems to have looked the best. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trickle this green in. As I stir it. Some red, and some yellow. And we're just going to stir it around. A bit more. We're quite low in the pot, so slight change of plans. It's always the way. This doesn't mix up too much. We're really going off that red. And yellow. You see quite a few lumps appearing there. And way more than I wanted. But we'll just run the interesting. Hoping more black. You can see that really starting to set now. Now, that's it. So we'll leave that for a while and see how it all turns out, and then of course we'll turn them up tomorrow. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, I've just taken the moulds out of the, or the blanks out of the mould, sliced it up on the bandsaw, and I've just put a bit of water on these just so you can see what they look like. Looks like the red did turn out orange, which is really good. Anyway, I'm just about to go turn these up, so I just thought I'd show you what they look like at the moment, which yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Cheers. Well, I just thought I'd show you what the finished product looks like. I've put it on a black chrome streamline, and yeah, well, I reckon it's pretty damn good actually. It's the orange has come out as distinct from red, so obviously when it sets, it's got that beautiful colour, and yeah, well, I'm pretty happy with it, and hope you are too. That's it from me. Cheers.